Ever wanted to mess with your friends using your coding skills? I built a website that looks completely normal, but there is one button that you can never click. Here is what happened. Today we are building the ultimate digital troll using just HTML, CSS and a tiny bit of JavaScript. First, we will create our index.html file. This is the basic structure of our site. We will add a simple title, Try Your Luck. A heading that says, can you click the button? And a short paragraph explain the rules. The most important part, the button. We will give it an ID so we can target it with JavaScript later. Alright, our HTML file is set up, but right now it looks pretty boring. It's just black text on a white screen. No one will fall for a prank on a page that looks like it's from the 90s. Let's open our CSS file and give it some life. First, a pro tip. We will add a global reset using the asterisk selector. This helps us remove any default browser styling so we have a clean slate to work with. We will set box sizing to border box and remove any default margins and paddings. Now let's style our body. We will use flexbox to center our content easily. Justify content, center content horizontally. Align items, center content vertically. Flex direction column, stacks the content vertically. Height, make the body take up the full viewport height. Font family. A nice clean font. Background color. A dark background for a modern look. Color white. White text to stand out against the dark background. And overflow hidden. This is crucial for the prank. It hides any scroll bars that appear when the button moves. See, with just a few lines, our website already looks 1,000 times better. Flexbox is an amazing tool for centering things easily. Now let's style our heading and paragraph to make them look more official and convincing. We want the text to look professional, not like a suspicious prank. Font size. A nice large font size. Margin bottom, some space below the heading. Font size. Slightly larger paragraph text. Margin bottom, more space before the button. And finally the button. This is the star of the show. We need to make it look clickable and inviting, so our friends has no reasons to be suspicious. We add padding, font size, cursor pointer, changing the cursor to a hand, make it look clickable. Border none, removes the default button border. Border radius, adds nice rounded corners. Background color, font weight, bold, position absolute. This is the most important part for the prank. It allows us to move the button anywhere on the page using JavaScript. Transition, background color, adds a smooth transition for the hover effect. Now let's add a quick hover effect to make it look even more legitimate. Perfect, everything looks normal. Our friend won't suspect a thing. Now let's move on the JavaScript to make the magic happen. Okay, we've got our HTML structure and our CSS styling. Now it's time for the real magic, the JavaScript. This is what will make our button run away. Let's open our JavaScript file. First, we need to tell JavaScript which element we want to manipulate. We gave our button an ID of troll button in the HTML, so we can use document getElementById to find it. we are storing a reference to the button in a variable called scroll button. Using const is a good practice for variables that won't change. Next, we want to listen for an event specifically when the user's mouse hovers over our button. The addEventListener method is perfect for this. We pass in the event name mouse over and an arrow function that contains the code we want to execute. This function will run every single time the mouse goes over the button. Now for the fun part, making the button jump to a new random location. We need to calculate a new X and Y position for it. The mathRandom function gives us a number between 0 and 1 by multiplying it with the width or height of the browser window, and we get a random position across the screen. The subtraction helps keep the button fully visible inside the window, so it doesn't disappear completely. Finally, we apply this new random position to our button style. Remember, we used position absolute in our CSS, which allows us to set the top and left properties. We set the left property to our new X value and the top property to our new Y value. The px and the end is important. It specifies that we are using pixels for our measurement. And there you have it. A perfectly annoying button that's impossible to click. This is a simple example of how JavaScript can bring a web page to life, or in this case, a web page's button to run for its life. Now go have some fun with it. For more chaotic code, subscribe and drop your comment telling me who you will prank next.